don't really know how to feel or to think. I still keep wishing that I could wake up and that it was just a dream.
First here at 6, a man who just got out of prison 8 months ago for domestic assault is now charged with murdering his girlfriend in her Cherry Street apartment. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Day.
And I'm Tatum Gwynn. Investigators say Dilan Newberry stabbed Chandra Cole to death, left the apartment, and then called police asking them to go check on Cole. Police arrested Newberry in Cushing hours later.
The victim's son, who you saw just a moment ago, tells News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter he is sick to his stomach. Reagan?
Craig and Tatum, Chandra's son Dilan tells me he feels like he's living in a nightmare that he just can't wake up from. He says he had been around his mom's boyfriend a few times over the last several months and described him as a little odd, but says he didn't know Dilan Newberry's real last name and because of that had no idea he had just got out of prison.
It's crazy to think that Friday night was a normal night for me going to bed, and I was just going to wake up the next morning and get ready for work, just as I did. Little did I know, not even a mile and a half up the road was this happening to my mom.
Chandra Cole leaves behind a son and 2 daughters who loved her very much. Dilan Cole says his mom wouldn't hurt a fly, but would take on the world at any moment. A bit of a rebel, even.
Her biggest thing was always, love is love. She was happy to know anyone and everybody. Social butterfly, if you will.
Tulsa police say Dilan Newberry called them around midnight Friday, asking officers to check on Chandra, and officers later found Chandra dead in her apartment. Investigators say Newberry told them 2 guys came over to the apartment and tried to beat him up, so he fought back and Newberry left. But police say surveillance video shows Chandra and the suspect were the only ones at the apartment and shows Newberry running out the back wearing different clothes 45 minutes before calling 911.
It's odd, but it's usually indicative of somebody trying to establish some kind of alibi for the future, but unfortunately it didn't hold water.
Police say this is already the 4th domestic homicide this year.
It's difficult to see somebody beat on somebody else or hurt somebody else that ostensibly they love.
Dilan says his mom was all about empowering women, and he hopes her story can be a voice for other domestic violence victims.
It was just one of the brightest, most caring people out there. Love yourself, appreciate who you are, and appreciate others for who they are.
Records show Newberry spent a year and a half in prison for domestic assault with a dangerous weapon and pointing a gun at someone. He's now here in the Tulsa County Jail charged with first-degree murder. Live in Tulsa, Reagan Ledbetter, Oklahoma's Own News on 6.